right, welcome back to the Sentai Review. So, let's do Sentai. Today we are back on to the robot reviews, and we are on 1984, back to Bioman, right?
Yeah, should be 84, yeah, Bioman.
Bio Robo, Shane. Bio Robo.
Well, on the plus side, he's not looking for a hug.
All right, got sword, shield, Voltron-y thing.
Yeah, Voltron-like design, and then you got the Bioman behind there on the rooftop.
Okay, I'm not going to lie to you about this picture.
Uh-oh.
Though the robot, I honestly don't have like a 100% issue with. No more, what I have an issue with is just the picture in general.
Why?
As you can see, it would have been cooler for this robot to stand in like an open area, like an open field, or like in a mountain.
The fact that he's in a car lot.
The fact it's in a car lot, and you can clearly tell right behind it is nothing but open country. So this one building seems like it's in the middle of nowhere.
Looks like it's a paste job.
Mm-hmm.
And the shield looks like a dodgeball for some odd reason.
Next.
Well, since these guys is their robot's cooler than they are.
Damn.
And actually, the sword looks better on
Are
this
these
one,
the
too.
guys that got a high score for lightsabers?
I think so.
I have to re-listen to our episodes, but I think yes.
See, sometimes your opinion can be swayed. Next.
No, it can't. Not on one topic. It will never be swayed.
A bit of an action pose
I don't
here.
have a problem with how this robot looks. I mean,
Why's he got bat ears?
'Cause he's
reasons.
Batman.
Next.
They're washing him. It looks like.
Either washing, waxing, or working on him.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Bill, your job. You're applying for a job, and they're like, "Well, Mr. Bush, we have a job for you, and it's waxing the Megazord. Would you do it?"
Would you climb up that high to wax?
No. First off, heights and me don't get along.
Definitely no. But now that I think about it, Shanemus, we actually have to drop the contact information. So yeah. Hey guys, I know you're about to get your podcast on, so I'll be quick. If at any time you feel like dropping your own opinion into what we're talking about, head on over to fandomnight.com, and all of the contact information for every single one of our shows, including the one you're about to watch, is there. Alright guys, I'll leave you alone. Okay, so now you can, contact us, and let's also get the next part out of the way that we didn't do. I'm Reploid Bill William Bush.
I'm Shane McCree, the proto guy.
Scott Action Jackson.
Now, I'm getting real bad about the format of the show here. We've just been turning it on and start talking like everybody already knows who we are. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. You guys keep talking. Go to the next picture.
Next. And here we have some info on the Robo, including it looks like his little finisher.
It does look.
Yeah, the bottom.
I
bottom
would like to read what's going on, but I apologize for not knowing how to read Japanese.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pictures with a lot of stuff happening. If you look at the bottom,
Yeah, it looks like his finisher is like charging his sword up,
which
and
is
then
almost like every single one of them.
and then floating towards your opponent
Yes.
to impale him.
He also turns red and dives at you.
Yeah.
Probably not the most effective way to kill your enemy, but
Probably not.
I haven't seen the series, so I can't sit there and tell you that it doesn't work. So
Now, on the plus side, we get a bit more detail on the Zord itself.
yes, you do. And,
right there. It looks like there's a purple
I'm
side.
kind of digging. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like how this Zord looks. I mean,
what does it have, like a purple mode? For that, like...
Purple mode! Then he can tell people what to do, and they have to do it.
Sure.
Think in purple mode! This could be the Killgrave Zord.
It could be. Yes, Killgrave, Purple Man. He tells you what to do and you do it.
You have to do it.
For those of you who've watched Jessica Jones, you know that that is about 98% accurate.
The bad guys could come up and be like, "We're monsters!" And he could be like, "You sure do like concrete swan diving into the volcanoes over there." And they're like, "We'll be back!"
Doubt it, but okay.
But he's not 10 anymore.
What?
I'm talking about Jessica Jones. And Tenet. 10 anymore.
Yes, David Tennant was the 10th Doctor.
Ugh.
But then
Next.
he still is, so...
No,
here's
that's
a
kind of
little-
neat.
It looks like it's showing you the specs
Yeah, the insides.
of like it's showing you like the best way I can put it is like an X-ray of the Megazord. Certain parts of it we can't tell you what it says because once again we don't speak we can't read or speak Japanese, so. But it looks like it's just showing you like the insides of the Megazord.
I normally like these kind of pictures when it kind of pulls back the curtain and shows you what it would work like in reality.
Or could.
It's an interesting picture. Like I said, I wish we could read it so you guys could see what it's saying, but unless you can read Japanese, then go ahead and read it.
Next.
That's that robot.
He sees her.
He's watching her.
I would like to say this is a weird picture because it really just shows him staring at this poor woman, and you can't see her face.
What's up with the robot's face? Is it just me, or does the robot have a little bit of, like, rape face here?
Well,
He's looking at a woman who's down, so...
he's looking at a woman, but once again, we can't see her face because her back is turned to us. But it almost looks like he's ready to, I can't think of a good word.
Look at that guy's face. Look at that robot face.
He looks happy to see her.
Yeah. Next.
Super fighting robot.
No. Next.
See, okay, this picture's a little bit better because, like I said, they're out in the middle of nowhere.
No weapon or shield.
No weapon or shield. It's just standing there.
Next.
Okay, here's a
Cartoon or
yeah, like a little animation-looking picture. It looks cool. I mean, I don't have a problem with how it looks. It's black and red with some white or gray, for that matter.
See, now, in the podcast-wise, I would like to be able to describe what this guy looks like, but it's really hard to do. I can't liken him to any Gundam models that I can think of, and like I said, there's a Voltron look to him, and that's the only thing I can really say. It's like Voltron if he didn't have lions, if he was just normal robot.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he has big circle shield and a sword. Next.
Okay.
And now he's jigging.
It looks like he's jigging,
or attempting the robot.
or he looks like he's about to fall over.
Next.
Here's him posing.
Oh, he might be fishing for that there fist bump.
Or a hug.
Yes, we've noticed a lot of robots want that fist bump so bad.
Next.
Now he's
I'm down.
Maybe
Now it
he
look-
did fall down.
now he's sitting down, leaning up against some rocks. Looks like he had one too many drinks.
In that suit, in actuality, the actor, I wonder if he could even get up.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Like when they put him there,
Some of the suits maybe you can't.
if they were all like, "Ah, good take. Okay, 15 for lunch, everybody."
Wait, what?
And they just left.
And he's like, "Help, guys."
Yeah.
Guys.
I don't think he could get up.
Because we all know that watching Power Rangers or Sentai, whatever you want to call it, we've noticed over the years that how the show went from a dude in a costume, clearly it had to have been, to moving to CGI. But back when they were using, like in our series that we all grew up with, it looked like a dude in a suit. And it was a stiff movement. You can tell, like, the original Megazord really couldn't move
Kind of like
very
the old
well.
Godzilla.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like that like those suits would just be real difficult to do anything with, except for...
You keep talking with your hands. I promise you the audio sounds funny right now.
I apologize for talking with my hands. I sometimes do that.
Yeah, but we have mics now.
Okay, for those of you who can't see me, I am moving my hands as I talk.
The mic is right here in front of you.
Next.
Okay, here's a picture of the Ranger standing on his
Shoulder blade or something?
sort of on his right side, and there's something in his there's another.
I think it's that weird robot assistant they have.
Is that in his hand? I can't tell.
It looks like it is in the fist thing.
And okay, this is a bizarre picture just because I don't know what's in that, what that yellow thing is.
Next.
And we're back.
Okay.
Oh.
We are now to, like, rate this guy.
Okay. Well, like I said, the colors, red, black, gray, some yellow, a little bit of green, I don't have a problem with the colors. I actually do think this Megazord, that's what I'm gonna call it, looks better than the costumes that the Rangers wear.
Oh yeah, especially better than the.
I like the
costumes.
shield, and the reason why I like the shield is the best way to describe the shield is it has an upside down Triforce in the middle. It's a triangle in the middle. It's upside down though. It worked. It looks like it matches the Megazord. Maybe the outside color. It looks in this picture right here. It looks bronze-ish looking, maybe. But for the most part, the Megazord looks pretty good. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a solid 3.
I did the same. I don't hate anything about him necessarily, but I don't love a single thing about him. Very basic for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same. 3.
Wow, this guy got a 3. Imagine that.
It's kind of a thing we got going with some of the Zords. Is like they get the same rating all the time.
Yeah, it's easier to agree on the Zords. All right, so that takes us to our topic. We've now rated the Zords, so we have a topic, and today our topic was, once again, I believe, given by Noel. Yeah? And he wants to know, with things like the live-action Sailor Moon, and very soon they've got the Attack on Titan coming out.
Hold on, I think I got a question right here. I got the YouTube up so I can read it.
Okay.
All right, let's see if I got this right. Well, once I get to all of it. Okay. Of course, he was commenting on the 95 CG swords, which were garbage.
The only thing we can agree with on that.
All right, the way he has it typed up, which might be interpreted differently. As you know, Sailor Moon has done a live-action series in 2004. With Attack on Titans coming soon, what anime would you as a live-action movie or series? I guess he meant would you like.
Yeah, he wants to know which one would we... If we could pick an anime and get it a live-action adaptation, series or movie, what would you want to see? So... It's not really our normal topic at the end here, but it still is one, so we're going to go ahead and do it. So, Shane, one anime, you get a live-action adaptation. What is it?
Well, this is tough because we've seen what happens when you bring live action anime to either a live action series or movie.
Thank you, Fox.
Death Note worked, while Dragon Ball did not. Attack on Titan I haven't seen, so from what I've seen, it looks pretty well done. But for me, I'm gonna go with my favorite anime, and I would like to see a live adaptation of Bebop.
That might be an anime they can pull off because it's not overly complicated. It's like it's a couple guys being bounty hunters, shooting guns, and they've already got the action movie part. So if you take a 1980s action movie, add a 1970s kung fu film, and play around with a 1990s sci-fi epic, you've probably got it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a sci-fi-ish type thing. There's really nothing supernatural going on in Bebop. They literally are making a living.
Nothing supernatural? What about that? What about the little boy who had to be killed by the special bullet?
It's mainly sci-fi. All right, it's basically a team of people who need to eat. So the way they make a living is by capturing people who are wanted. You know, a bounty hunter, and it works because if anybody's ever watched Dog the Bounty Hunter, he's a bounty hunter. Obviously not in space, but he's still a bounty hunter, and the show works. So this would work. You just have to take it that they would be on Earth, then they would be on Mars and Venus. Those are the 3 planets that they visit in Bebop. Yeah, they go, you see like, Jupiter and all that, but you can't go to Jupiter. It's a gas planet. Obviously, everybody knows this. You can't land on it. But the fact that you can make it, and it would work because it's about a guy who used to be part of the syndicate, who's now a bounty hunter, and it would work. It would work better than a lot of animes out there. There are animes that if you bring it to live action,
that sounds like an Assassin's Creed movie.
Well, and we'll see if
that.
Yeah,
I believe there was an Assassin's Creed movie. I think they called it Sands of Time.
They're actually making an actual Assassin's Creed movie, and it's supposed to come out this year.
Really? Is he going to have a dagger that like slows down time, and he's probably going to be in like a palace?
Okay, listen, Bill. Just because Assassin's Creed and Prince of Persia were made by Ubisoft does not mean that. I mean, yes, Assassin's Creed does take elements from the Prince of Persia series, but there is no dagger that rewinds time.
That Sands of Time movie stole every single aspect they could from Assassin's Creed.
Didn't Disney do that movie though?
Yes.
They even did the fucking pan shot where he climbed up and stood on that tower, and the camera went around him, and he tied that rope, and he jumped off.
There's a lot of we'll see how, but that's a video game, and we've seen what happens when you take video games and try to make them live adaptations.
Very rarely works.
Anybody who's ever played Doom.
What one do you feel did work? Just curious in general. Like, is there a video game movie you felt has worked? I'm trying to think.
The first Mortal Kombat movie?
A lot of people hate on that. I was okay with that movie.
That one was infinitely better than Annihilation. Annihilation was bad. The first Mortal Kombat movie, if you're looking at it like, okay, it's a fighting video game series. They made it into a movie, but the tournament, they did keep the source material. They got the names correct, and
better
please
job
understand
than most movies.
that when you make an anime or video game live adaptation, it's important to get the names correctly. His name's not Gohan, it's Gohan.
It's definitely Gohan.
And they took a lot of air,
and
it's airbending, not ki, whatever. That's why that movie's terrible. But Mortal Kombat worked. They kept the source material sort of similar with the tournament, with the characters. Was everybody perfectly casted? No, but way better than Annihilation. And then you look at Street Fighter.
Awesome. pure
Jean-Claude
awesome.
Van Damme.
Street Fighter did not do well at casting.
Because it was awesome. Zangief looks exactly like Zangief.
No, there are a
Quick,
few, there are a
change
few,
the channel.
there are a few characters in the Street Fighter movie that
like
do,
Ken and Ryu.
No.
Oh, definitely. You didn't
No.
see it? I mean, like, Ken was like kind of Asian.
Wait. Can we admit that
He was
Jean-Claude
American,
that
but he's supposed to
Jean-Claude
be.
Van Damme
Ryu?
looked Guile.
You think Van Damme looks like Guile?
In that one outfit, he does.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Not
I
the
think
actual
Guile.
full clothed.
Now,
I think
military
Guile is a
uniform, but-
blonde Arnold Schwarzenegger with a top,
now,
like a flat top.
like Cammy, 100% wrong. Chun-Li, wrong.
Chun-Li is wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, she was Asian.
Just because you get an Asian to play an Asian does not mean that it works.
Listen, guy.
Actually, Cammy was kind of close.
If we could put an Asian in a yellow suit and a black kid in a black suit and an Indian in a red suit, then all we gotta do to get Chun-Li is just cast an Asian.
No. Now, speaking of, since this question is actually a pretty good question. Everybody knows if you're an anime fan, everybody knows that next year, Ghost in the Shell releases its live action movie based off the anime with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I was gonna
playing
say
the Major.
Scarlett got it.
They actually released.
They
an
released
image.
some photos of what Scarlett Johansson looks like as the Major. Now, hairstyle. If you guys ever watched Ghost in the Shell, you'll know that the Major has short. Is it purple hair?
It looks dark. It looked black to me. So
She got the hair the length of the hair correct. The hair color, to me in the picture it looked black. Maybe it was just the angle I seen it in.
and she was staring at a glass wall.
Yes. But this is a good example of what we don't know how well this movie is going to be because it's not out yet. But making live act like video games, animes, we seen them terrible. Mario Brothers was awful.
Mario Brothers was amazing.
Listen, guys. Anything that comes out of Bill's mouth, Bill's been under a lot of stress as of late. His mind's just not working properly. He's wrong. Lately he's been wrong about 100% of the time.
Listen,
So
just because you're hating, listen, I understand that Mario was definitely not Mario, but let's look at this from a different aspect here for a second. You have never seen a movie like that.
We don't want to again.
No.
I kind of do. No, I'm being serious with you. If you look right now, you're like, "Oh, it's Mario," and that makes it fucking dumb right off the bat. Watch that Mario Brothers movie again without the pretense of Mario, and as you're watching it, say to yourself, "What the fuck were they thinking?" And it makes the movie so good because there's like dinosaurs and monkeys and a fungus growing in the city and like drive derby mobiles, and for some reason there's gigantic Goombas that are like hardcore gigantic, and the main character is a guy that used to be like a T-Rex that's no longer a T-Rex, and in order like they get weird rocket jump boots, and Mario goes to a strip club and like hits on some big boobed black chick so that he can get a flamethrower or boots or some shit.
Okay. If you've never played Mario in your life and you watch this movie, it's a terrible movie. If you've played Mario and you watch this movie, it's a terrible movie. So what Bill's trying to get at is that you may be able to give it a little bit of credit.
I'm
if
not
you've
saying give
never
it credit.
seen
I'm
Mario.
not saying giving credit. I'm telling you it's fun to watch. It's not a good movie. I don't defend. I'm not going to tell you it had a really good story. If you just ignore the fact that it was a video game, you really can fucking learn something from it. No, I'm telling you it's so bad, it's fun to watch.
Maybe for certain people, but once again, Bill, this is another topic that I will
It's
not
awesome.
change.
His name is Luigi Mario. And he's Hispanic.
Mario.
Now, when you look at other things, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Like I said, Death Note worked. The anime worked. The live-action movies worked. Dragon Ball works as an anime. Does not. Well, it could work live-action if you do it right.
Well, they failed twice.
And
because there's another Dragon Ball movie called Dragon Ball: The Magical Quest or something like that.
Begins.
Is that what it is?
But
The Magic Begins.
I've never
it wasn't
seen that
American though.
No, that's Japanese, and it fucking failed. At least it failed in my eyes, and then America tried it, and we failed.
And if you look at video games, Mortal Kombat so worked. Street Fighter did not.
I like the first Mortal Kombat movie. I think that's a good movie. I don't care.
Because the reason why I say so is because they made two of them. One worked, one did not.
Yeah.
Then you look at another video game
Mortal
series.
Kombat was simple. It was just they went to an island to fight in a tournament. The sake of the world, the fate of the world was in the balance, and Goro looked awesome.
Now,
I like that movie.
Another video game series that did move live action was Resident Evil. And I will, till this day, I will still stick with the fact that the first movie was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, I like the first.
Then, in my opinion, they started steadily going downhill.
Here's the thing. I don't like that the story is so outrageously wrong. However, I've watched all of those movies with my lady, and for just being cliche action movies, they run, they jump, they shoot guns. There's a hero girl that has fucking special powers, and there's zombies and a bad guy, and it works. Now, it's not good in terms of, yes, this was a video game and the video game was better because the video game is better, but it works. Like, it's really cool to see a superpowered, like, you would have accepted this had it been like an anime or had the movie come out and there wasn't such a thing as Resident Evil, because the second movie, she just fights a monster.
Like, it does work. It really does. It's just that after the first one, the second one was not as good as the first. Wasn't 100% awful. The third one I thought was awful. The fourth one was all right. The fifth one was so fucking boring it put me to sleep.
Awesome. We should watch it.
And then the last one, I was actually able to go back through and watch the fifth one again. I didn't like it. And then the sixth one's not out yet. The final chapter's not out yet.
Yeah,
so
it's called The Last Chapter.
We don't know, but that can work because we've seen zombies before. Resident Evil can work live action, but
you're taking a lot of this into video games and whatnot. He wants to know animes we'd like to see,
and I did, and that's what I started with. I did start with anime live action. But then my mind drifted to video games because they've done the same thing with video games. They've worked, they haven't worked. Just like anime, they've worked, they haven't worked. But Bebop, in my opinion, would work if you casted it properly, follow the source.
Like Keanu Reeves.
When you cast it properly.
Keanu Reeves.
Shut up. I don't have a problem with Keanu Reeves.
He played Constantine.
And I didn't like that movie.
But what about John Wick?
I like John Wick. I thought John Wick was actually
you're
really...
saying you couldn't see that in a Spike?
Oh, now he's got to think.
Now you're thinking.
Keanu Reeves. They spent a whole lot of money on digital dog shit.
I think that
it's a natural
Keanu Reeves' attitude can't match what Spike's attitude is, but because he's done a lot of martial arts movies like Matrix,
Bale?
John Wick, where you see what he can do, it wouldn't be the worst casting ever, but I think there might be somebody out there better for the role.
Christian Bale?
So I could have my Spike Spiegel going, Jet, get back to the Bebop.
Jet, get back to the Bebop.
Well, who would you cast?
I don't know actually who I would cast for Spike. I actually not, because I don't believe it's ever going to happen. I actually
want to see Donnie Yen with a fucking white fro?
I actually don't know who I would cast for Spike. But it's not the only anime that I feel like would work. You know, I like Trigun. I think Trigun could work if you do it right. But there are animes that you could bring live action, and it would work. I mean, would it look like corny and cheesy? Probably, but come on. That's my opinion. Bebop would be mine. I think it would work if you did it properly.
Normally, I would be saying Dragon Ball Z, but concerned how much Hollywood fucked that up, and the only ones who can get it right are the ones who do the fan-made films, for some odd reason.
It's because they're fans.
Yeah, and they know the source material.
And they stick with the source material, and even though they don't have any money, they are able to make it look better than what that crap movie did.
Yeah. But in actuality, I'm going to go a bit of a different one. Ronin Warriors.
Don't we already have Power Rangers?
Ooh, we're going a little old school. We're going back to the 80s now, ladies and gentlemen.
Kinda. I mean, yes, it would be somewhat similar to Power Rangers, but then again, with all
Whatever you do, if they ever do that, don't tell Jeremy.
Tell Jeremy.
When I lived with Jeremy, I kind of made him watch Ronin Warriors, and I watched a lot of it, and all he did was sleep. He hated it, so a live-action movie, he would hate
be great.
But I would say like either live-action movie or a live-action series, which would also dip kind of into Power Ranger territory.
I don't think it's a terrible idea.
I mean, the lead guy has a pet white tiger. So that would kind of dip into a little bit of a He-Man territory there, too.
And we all know what happened to He-Man.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
Bill,
Well, they're trying to fix that with a new one.
I don't know. Like growing up, I think people told you the word awesome wrong. I really don't think you actually know what that word means.
Oh, I certainly do.
Because He-Man is not awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
But if I want to pick something else more
He had blonde hair.
popular, something else a little more popular than Ronin Warriors.
You're telling me that because they got the hair color right for He-Man, that it makes it a good movie. You know how many blonde guys there are in the world?
But none of them fought Rocky.
True.
See? There you go.
But just because Dolph Lundgren fought Rocky does not mean that he should have been given the role of He-Man.
Anyway,
You've stunned Scott. He can't even say anything.
I know, it's awesome.
well, I was going to go with another anime-ish. I would like to see live action in a series or movie, but they've been talking about it as a movie for a while. Thundercats. Like original, not the Cartoon Network WB recent
I don't think
version.
that was an anime, though. Wasn't that a Hanna-Barbera American cartoon?
It looked anime-ish,
I'm pretty sure that's American.
but it didn't have the anime feel to it.
Right, but I don't think that's not an anime, though. I'm almost positive. I'm pretty sure that's... who owns that?
I think officially Warner
You
Brothers
give
might.
me a minute, I'll look it up.
I think Warner Brothers might, concern that they had the DVD distributions along with the Cartoon Network doing the recent cartoon version.
Do 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 ba do 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 ba do 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 do.
But I have another weird one that's kind of out of left field.
What?
Card captors.
Oh yeah, like that Card Captors Sakura thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually see it could be interesting to see in live action.
Okay. Thundercats is an American animated series.
So it's anime.
Yeah,
So it kind of counts.
No, anime. From what I was explained recently, Nime is cartoon, and is kind of like a word for super. So a super animation is an anime. It's a style. Anime. See, that's what a lot of people mess up. Is anime. Everything in Japan just automatically gets the term anime when it comes over here. That's not actually right. Anime is a specific style of cartoon. That's why anime, cartoon, and is like super. That's a style. It's super.
Now,
so
it wasn't America.
Like over in Japan, I believe that our cartoons, when they go over there, they're referenced as American anime.
Yes, Thundercats is an American animated series, and it was created by
Mike's.
It was created by Tobin Ted Wolfe, but it was animated by Japanese animation studio Pacific Animation Corporation.
That's regular. Our Batman series was animated in Japan and then sent back over here.
So.
But it's not an anime style.
It wasn't created in Japan. It was created here in America. So, basically, we would just call it a cartoon.
Okay, never mind then.
Regardless, I have heard what you're talking about. I've heard that multiple times.
That
they're
would be
working on a possible movie for it.
That would be interesting to see humanoid cats in live action. I mean,
we've done them before, haven't we?
There was that Cats musical that they kind of could use as
I feel like nowadays, obviously nowadays it would probably just be completely CGI.
I mean, if you could get away with like Kamari in Final Fantasy X, I'm sure that we could do that with the proper makeup and adding CGI on top of the makeup.
I think somebody did actually release a tease idea. If you can actually find it.
When I think about it, they weren't really, yeah, they were cat people, but not really. Like, they looked extraordinarily human to me. Like, they didn't have cat noses. They didn't have cat mouths. I remember, like, the Lion-O dude, he basically just looks like a fucking... It looks like they took a Fabio and they turned his hair red instead of blonde. Oh, and he has cat eyes. So, I guess he's cat. But they don't have, like, he didn't have a tail, right? He didn't have a tail. He didn't have ears.
Didn't have a tail.
The only one with a tail was Snarf. And that wasn't even...
He didn't have ears, right?
Please don't quote me because I haven't seen the show in a long time. But Tigra, Panthro... I don't know why I'm vaguely... Did Chitara?
No. None of them had
a tail.
That's what I'm getting at. So they wouldn't be that awkward or difficult to do in today. Like, they'd be pretty simple. They were just people.
They were people that had...
Cat eyes.
Chitara had the
different colored skin, too.
Yeah.
Did the lady have cat ears? Or did she have regular ears like everybody else?
I think she had...
She had normal... I think most of them had normal ears, except I think, like, Panther had the weird pointy ones.
The only thing I remember that was really awkward about Chitara is when the series began in the first episode, she's, like, naked. And then...
Ish?
No, she was. She had no uniform. And then they put a uniform on her.
But she didn't have, like, nipples or anything like that.
No, but she's... Okay, well, when cats get naked,
yeah,
which is, every single day, you don't look at them and be like, hey, that cat's naked. Because that's like looking at pictures of naked dogs. It's really just looking at pictures of dogs. Doesn't make a difference. Like in the new DC-52, Cheetah... She doesn't wear clothes. She is just a cat. And it actually looks a lot better than what they did in the 90s, actually. It looks a lot better and more believable, too.
So then if somebody beats her up, are they pounding the pussy?
Oh, that was just wrong. Scott. That is inappropriate for our show.
But really, though. I mean, if you think about it.
Oh my God.
Okay. For Lion-O, it's real hard to tell if he has cat ears because his hair covers his ears. And Panthro does have pointy ears. Same, but like Tigra and Chitara, they both like those three like, have a lot of hair, so it covers their ears. It's really hard to tell. But I've seen a few pictures that it looks like Lion-O does have pointy ears. I think they do.
Who do you cast, Scott? Lion-O, main character.
Ooh.
Oh, easy.
Who?
Lou Ferrigno.
I was thinking about the dude that played Hercules in the series.
Kevin Sorbo?
Yeah.
I mean, back when
He has used a sword before.
I mean, if he can get back into the shape he was during that series.
I like that my
maybe.
casting decisions are completely ridiculous.
Your casting decisions come down to hair color and if they've ever used a sword. It doesn't work like that. Okay?
And if they fought Rocky. And it No. Okay, so who would you cast?
You know, I was thinking about what you said about Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
And maybe back in the 90s.
You could see it.
Yeah.
But I recently seen what he looks like now. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Everybody gets older. It's inevitable. I don't know if he could pull the part off now, but maybe back in the 90s when he was doing Hercules, maybe. Is that all you have, Scott, for what you want to see, or that's just like your top picks, or because we could probably go on all night, all
of
day
course
about
we could,
it.
but yeah, like I said from the start, I would normally say Dragon Ball Z, but considering how Hollywood and more or less Fox fucked stuff over.
Stop touching stuff, Fox.
Okay.
You don't represent Fox. Otherwise, I slap you.
It's true. I would deserve a slap.
So what about the bill?
Oh, mine is extraordinarily simple because I know it can be done, and I know it can be done easily, and it can be done well.
Who would you cast people based on if they fought Rocky and hair color and swords?
Possibly, yes.
Wow. Your movie's gonna suck.
High School of the Dead, casted and directed by Romero.
Shit, that's good. That works because, like I said, zombies have worked before. You know, Walking Dead's huge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new show. It's not really new because it has 2 seasons. Fear the Walking Dead,
And they got renewed for a third one.
and we've seen Night of the Living Dead.
And I'm not
Return
talking.
of the Living Dead.
I'm
Dawn
not
of the
talking a
Dead.
direct representation. I don't want to see a direct representation of High School of the Dead. I want to see High School of the Dead as a series directed and casted by Romero, taking place in America. And it's happening all over the world, and there are adult factions and whatnot that are surviving at the same time, but I would like to see how he takes that aspect and puts it into an American series, kind of like how The Walking Dead is dealing with adults that are dealing with this situation and families that are coming together just trying to survive. I would like to see the high school aspect that these kids, it happened while they were at school, and all they've got is themselves to rely on, but I want to see it from the American aspect because I've seen it from the Japanese aspect, okay? And I no doubt whatsoever that it can be done again because, like you said, zombies. It's really not that hard. It's been done 1,000 times. Teenagers with weapons. It's not that hard. It's been done 1,000 times. Hell, take Battle Royale, take that cast and add zombies. Done.
Actually, it would have to be like physical, practical weapons around a high school, considering how much of a lockdown they've been with like actual guns and stuff.
Yeah. But that's what I'm getting at. You just take Battle Royale and you fuse it with zombies. And they could easily do that in Japan. But I want to see how our students, our demographic, would handle the situation.
I believe that it would work because, like we've been saying, zombies have been done so many times, and the fact that it is high schoolers, and like they said, it all happened while they were at school. So they used, like we all know that in Japan they have different extracurriculars than we do. Like when I was in high school, I couldn't go to a martial arts club. It wasn't part of their curriculum.
Yeah, we don't have kendo class.
We don't have kendo.
I was in a karate club. That was in high school.
I went to
Yeah, but not from your school. Your school offered a karate class?
It had a karate club. It was like not during normal school hours, but
this would be an extracurricular. Like right after
Yeah.
class, you would go to your.
Where did you go to school?
Pekin.
I went to Pekin as well, and I swear to you, I don't remember there ever being a karate club or a class.
Yeah, I'd have been way interested. All I had was fucking track and football and basketball and
Your normal extracurriculars.
yeah, we didn't have
See,
anything like that.
but like-
but
I
I
had
went to
karate
Limestone.
club. I had JROTC. I had gym.
JROTC, yes.
Yes.
But like finding like makeshift weapons, you could, because the high school I went to, obviously there was a wood shop class, so there are tools. I took welding in high school. There are tools. You can make makeshift weapons. I mean, hell, they have baseball. You take a baseball bat.
I was going to say there are some weapons, like some actual weapons at the schools now.
Yeah, so
Like nowadays, it wouldn't even be impossible if New York was one of the places overrun. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be negative here, but there are guns in the school, and I'm not talking about from the kids. There are police officers that might have already been hit because those things are going to
the
come through the
security and
doors.
stuff.
They're right there at the doors. So there's not to say that a gun isn't lying on the floor somewhere.
it would work. It would work. Yeah, definitely. Now that I honestly think about it, that would actually work very well as long as it was written well, directed well. Hell, you don't even have to technically have the perfect cast. You could literally cast teenagers or people or young adults in their very early 20s that still look like they
that could still play that
could
off.
still play those roles. You could do that, and you don't need big names. You could literally find
I would not want a single name attached to it.
that way. Yeah, so it would work. And like you said, as long as you get the source material from the anime, and you keep it, and it's written well, like somebody's actually read the manga.
You can match the characters. If you need a prissy girl, a preppy girl, we have those in America.
Big titty girls.
If you need a D-bag, we have plenty of those to go around.
This is America. We're filled with D-bags.
We have plenty of D-bags, so that's not going to be an issue here.
It works. It really does.
I'm sure I could find a fat kid.
Once again, I'm taking a stab at America. This is America. We're the fattest country on the planet.
So I could find a fat kid that likes guns. It's not going to be hard. I need a fat kid that likes guns. It's going to be tough to come across here in America. I need a D-bag. It's going to be pretty tough to find here in America. I need a kid who's not really interested in school, who's kind of a loner. That's going to be tough to locate here in America.
Big titties.
I need some girl who is only about 15 or 16 but looks like she's 22. That's going to be real hard to find here in America.
Finding your kendo person.
That's going to be the toughest thing. No, it's not, because here in America we also have a natural equilibrium of posers that think that they could do all that shit. So there's probably one kid somewhere who could pick up a broom and talk about how he's studied kendo and all this crap.
It works. It would work.
And he's probably studied kendo, but he's probably studied it on his own.
So it would work. That anime being brought to a live-action movie would actually work out fairly well, actually. Probably better than mine.
And by the way, that's not to say that people could not have actually studied kendo here in America, but let's be honest, 80% of the people that you meet that tell you that they've done sword fighting or some dumb shit like that are lying. It's just the way it is.
It's just not a popular thing here. I mean, like I said, our high schools are far different from Japanese high schools. While they have different clubs, we don't even have those clubs. It's just...
I'm sure you could get one kid in the American show who was in band, who can, I don't know, trombone zombies to death.
I'm sure you could. Yeah, I mean, you can do anything really. I mean, you have such a wide variety of different type of people that live here in America, whether they be jocks, nerds like we are, outcasts, your band, your track and field.
Now, what about weapons for the American series? I'm thinking chairs. I wouldn't say desks because it's cool when Kanji swings a desk, but it's 1,000% impractical.
Well, to be fair, when you look at it like
what?
Go ahead. Slingshot?
No,
I don't know, but against a zombie?
When you're up against, if you're trapped in a school, if you're trapped in a school and you're trying to get out of the school, you're gonna find whatever works.
I'm saying it's possible that they might find one gun. They might be able to take down a police officer or something like that was in the school, and they have access to one gun and one clip. So they're not going to waste it, and they certainly don't want to actually shoot it because it's going to bring everything running.
You could use nail guns. We saw that kid makeshift a gun out of,
If they could break into the maintenance area, I'm sure there's a maintenance area in the school that has some stuff like that, nail guns.
And like I said, when you're up against zombies, you're basically going to use whatever you can. We've all watched zombie movies and stuff to where if you destroy the head, you destroy the brain, you kill the zombie.
What if these were Return of the Living Dead, High School of the Dead zombies?
Then I would stay locked in the school as long as possible, and when they break in, kill yourself.
Yeah, just kill yourself.
You're dead.
Or wait for them to drop a nuke.
wait for the nuke.
If it's that kind of zombies, we're all screwed. I'm sorry. If you ever seen that movie, those zombies, destroying the brain does not destroy the zombie.
I like when they hit that one in the brain, they were like, if you destroy the brain, it dies. And he pickaxed it. Bow! And all the zombie did was scream on the ground. Wah! And he was like, I thought you said if it destroys the brain, it kills him. And he says, it works in the movie. Well, it's not working now. He's so pissed.
But if it's your zombies that can be killed with a bullet to the head or trauma to the head, then you could use anything. I mean, yeah, you hit somebody in the head hard enough with a chair.
Ow.
It's going to hurt. Would it kill them? It depends on the kind of chair you're using and really how hard you hit somebody. If you're using a folding chair,
probably
take a lot of force. It's going to take a lot of force to fucking... I mean, I've never been hit.
Something that might be kind of crazy? This sounds ridiculous, but I know without a doubt from experience that it works. Pencils. That sounds crazy, but that's not a joke. There was a stabbing at my school with a pencil.
You can do it with a pen,
These two kids got into a fight, and during the fight, the one kid that was losing was getting his ass kicked, and he got thrown against a desk. So he grabbed his pencil, and he stabbed this other kid in the back like 5 times.
So you can even use writing utensils as a weapon. So against zombies, if a zombie broke into my classroom, of one zombie, I'm gonna grab whatever I can. I'm in a classroom, so I've got writing utensils. I got a chair. Hell,
teacher.
Yes. Remember, the biggest rule of zombies is that you don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be faster than the guy behind you.
Yes. It's true. They'll stop as soon as he falls down.
As soon as that, it sounds bad, but as soon as that person falls, they are not going to keep coming after you. They see easy access food. They're going to attack that person while your ass gets away.
I did not just condone the killing of your teachers. Please do not kill teachers during crisis of zombies.
But if that happens, you can use whatever you find. Because even if you can't kill the zombies, you can at least get it out of your way long enough for you to get out of the classroom and run somewhere else.
Dude, this would be an easy series. And it's already been proven that it works anyway, because we already have like the Walking Dead stuff that's happening that is tremendously popular right now. And it also proves that this type of show can be done on television. So it's not even hard effects anymore. Like this used to be something that could only be done in movies. And now it's not so much. I bet you could do a 13-episode series where we gotta, escape zombies. Or somehow survive inside of a school. Anybody got anything else?
No, I'm good.
No?
Nope.
No? Then that would be this episode. We need to go do more Sentai later on. Hey guys, did you like that podcast? If so, head on over to fandomnight.com where you can check out all of our videos, our other members' videos, and subscribe to the RSS feed to get constant podcasts every other day. Later on.